I've been playing around with this combo in the Snake Eye deck that can burn your opponent from 8k to 0 without them even getting a chance to go. I saw this in a video by Lungio. I'll link it in the description so you can check it out. And I thought it was pretty awesome, and so I started playing around with it. And I took it to locals last week, just kind of in my side deck. It doesn't run any bricks in the main deck, so it's just some extra deck monsters. And I was already running one of them in my side deck, so I just threw the other two in, thinking, you know, maybe I would throw them in if I happen to be going up against an opponent that wasn't running a lot of hand traps, or preferably that isn't running any hand traps. And it actually came up in the fourth round of our locals. I was undefeated, and I went up against one of my teammates that doesn't run hand traps, or I don't think he main decks hand traps. I believe he sighted some in, but didn't see them. And game 1, I got it. Game 2, he got it. And in game 3, I decided just to try this out, and it worked. It OTK'd, and it was perfect because we were actually close to time. So I was able to win in time, and I would have been able to win in time even if it wasn't a full kill, but since it did 8k damage, it was, you know, a full FTK. So let me show you guys how it works. All that you need in your hand is a Snake Eye Ash and a Black Witch, or a way to get to them, and then 3 other cards. One of those cards needs to be either a monster with 1,000 or less attack, or a card that you can set face down in your back row, which is really easy to get to. So we'll normal summon Snake Eye Ash, effect, add Poplar effect to special summon itself, and then Poplar is going to add Temple. Then we're going to link our Poplar away into Link Rebo. Don't use the effect of Poplar in the graveyard yet, we're going to need it later. So from there, I'm going to discard a card to special summon my Diabellstar. Diabellstar effect is going to set original. Then we can activate our Temple effect to put Oak in the back row. And from there, you can use your Snake Eye Ash, sending itself and Oak to the grave to summon Flamber's Dragon. Then we're going to link both of these away into Proxy F Magician, one of the cards that you're going to have in your side deck for this. And then Flamber's Dragon effect here is going to put Witch into the back row. Use your original, sending the dragon to the graveyard to summon Jet Synchron. And then Flamber's Dragon effect in graveyard, special summon back Oak and Ash. And then Oak effect, summon out Poplar. From here, you use your Proxy F Magician, sending Poplar and Jet Synchron to the graveyard, which is a Pyro and a Machine, to summon out your Fusion, Blaze Phoenix. If you haven't seen this card is able to, once per turn, burn your opponent for 300 damage for each card on the field. So they won't have any cards on the field, but you will. So that's what that's for. It does not, get that to focus, yeah. It doesn't activate on the summon, and so we're not going to activate that yet, but on that summon, we're going to activate Effect of Poplar to put itself into the back row. Then we're going to activate Jet Synchron, discarding a card to special summon it. It'll be banished when it leaves the field. And then this is where you're going to set that last card on the field. So now you see we have 9 cards on the field. So we're going to activate our Blaze Phoenix, boom, do 2,700 damage. Then we're going to link Proxy F and the Blaze Phoenix into Princess, activate Princess to summon back our Blaze Phoenix from the graveyard. And then we can use Blaze Phoenix again because it's a soft once per turn and this is a different copy. So activate it, burn your opponent for 2,700 again. Then we're going to link away. You need to link away Jet Synchron here because it's going to be banished by its own effect when it leaves the field. So we're going to go Promethean and Jet Synchron to go into a link for Fire Monster. This can be Raging Phoenix, that's what I'm playing. It could also be Ambler Whale if you're playing Ambler Whale in your side deck. I'm not running it in this deck, so I go Raging Phoenix. Then link the Raging Phoenix away for Zealantis. Activate Zealantis effect, which is going to banish all monsters from the field, and then special summon them back. When they're special summoned back, you can activate Blaze Phoenix again, because it's a different copy. And now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards, so you're going to burn them for 2,400. So you've now done a total of 7,800 damage. So from here, we're going to activate our Snake Eye Oak that hasn't been activated yet to summon our other Flamberge Dragon to the field. And then you can link all 4 of these away into ygoBen Dragon. And then ygoBen Dragon's effect, it has a bunch of different effects here, but we only care about the top one here that says inflict 100 damage to your opponent for each dragon in your graveyard. And if you remember from earlier, we have our 2 Flamberge Dragons in the graveyard, so our opponent takes that last 200 damage for the full FTK. So pretty sick. And I'll show you guys what that needs to look like if you don't have that card to set, if it's like a hand trap or something instead. Alright, so let's say that you've got Ash, Diabell Star, and then like 3 hand traps or whatever. So you can't set one of these face down to be that extra card on the field, but Proxy F Magician has an effect that when a monster is fusion summoned, you could summon a monster with 1,000 or less attack. So we go through that same thing, get the Poplar, Poplar gets the Temple, you go Link Karibo, summon out the Witch, discarding a card to set original, use your Temple to grab out your Oak, use Ash and Oak to go Flamberge, use both of these to go into the Proxy F Magician, and then from here you use your original, sending the dragon, summon out, and then summon, summon, summon. So you've got all your monsters out. Then you use Proxy F here to summon, and then Proxy F Magician on that summon is, let me just read this effect if you don't know it. So if a fusion monster is fusion summoned to a zone this card points to, you could special summon a monster with 1,000 or less attack from your hand. So effect, you know, since this just summoned there, we go Chain Link 1, Chain Link 1, Proxy F Magician, because Bombardment was summoned there. Chain Link 2, Poplar in the back row. Oh, and we had to put Diabell Star in the back row earlier from Flamberge. But then Proxy F Magician will let you summon one of your monsters that has 1,000 or less attack. So you summon that out, and then you just continue on with the rest of the combo, discarding a card to summon back out Jet. And then we again have out our 9 cards to burn for the 2,700. So you burn for 2,700, link these into Princess, bring back Bombardment, go for 2,700 again, link these away into the Phoenix, link him away, Zealantis, use Zealantis effect, banish them all, bring them back, burn for the 2,400, and then link 4 of these. Oh, well, first you gotta get out, you gotta do your other Flamberge. So do that, get out Flamberge, then link 4 of them away into the ygoBen Dragon, burn for 100 for each dragon in your grave, so you burn for 200 because of the 2 Flamberge Dragons. So, pretty dope. And you can do this without even summoning a ygoBen Dragon if you open Wanted, because you'll be able to use Wanted to draw an extra card. I'll go ahead and run through that real fast so you guys can see what that's like. So let's say that you drew no monsters, you know, you've got a handful of spells here. As long as you have these, you can still do the combo, but with Wanted, you don't even need to summon a ygoBen Dragon. Draw phase, use your Wanted to grab Black Witch, standby main, go Bonfire to get Ash. We normal summon Snake Eye Ash, adding Poplar. Poplar effect to summon. Poplar is going to add our Temple. Then we link Poplar away for Link Rebo, which really it doesn't even have to be Link Rebo here. It could be any Link 1. It could be Relinquished Anima or whatever, like if this gets banned or something. From there, we can summon our witch, discarding something. She sets original. Use Temple. Grab your Oak. Then we'll use Ash effect to send itself and Oak to summon out Dragon. Link those into Proxy F Magician. Use your Flamberge Dragon to put Diabellstar in the back row. Then we use original, sending Dragon to summon Jet. And then Dragon effect. Summon out Ash, summon out Oak. Oak effect will summon out Poplar. Then use Proxy F Magician here to go Blaze Phoenix. Then effect of Poplar in the grave, put itself in the back row. And then you've got, which you could have done this at any point once original is in the grave. Banish your wanted target original to put it on the bottom and draw a card. We'll draw a random one from the middle there since the rest is set up. And so that gives us a whole extra card to be able to get on the field. So then we can discard this to summon out our Jet Synchron. Then you could set both of these to have 10. And so now, whenever you activate this, your opponent's going to take 3,000 damage instead of just the 2,700. So your opponent takes 3k. Link into Princess. Princess, summon this back. Activate, your opponent takes 3k. Link here. And then here. Activate effect. Boom. And then your opponent takes 2,700. Which is 8,700 damage that they've taken. So, yeah. It's a cool one. And I think it's a lot of fun. And my other camera died. So you can't see my face right now. But yeah, let me guys know what you guys think. And if you think that this is ever viable. So in my case, I've used it in matchups whenever I knew that my opponent was not going to be using any hand traps. Oh, and just one thing to show you real quick. So everything is pretty standard in my deck. There's no brick in the main deck. In the extra deck, we just have to run Blaze Phoenix, Proxy F Magician, and the Agave Dragon. So Agave I already had in my side deck. So I just added these two into my side deck and then sided them out, or sided them in for something that I didn't think I was going to use in that matchup, which, like I said, if your opponent isn't running hand traps, you've got a good chance to get to this.